การณ์นี้ไม่ใช่ความขัดแย้งในระดับประชาชนทั้งสองประเทศไม่ใช่การประกาศสงครามแต่เป็นการปะทะกันตามแนวชายแดนเพื่อปกป้องอธิปไตยและตอบโต้ผู้รุกราน
ทั้งรัฐบาลทั้งกองทัพนะคะร่วมกันทำมาตลอดนะคะนั่นก็คือการดูแลพี่น้องประชาชนแล้วก็การรักษาไว้ซึ่งสันติภาพความสงบสุขนะคะ
Swadika, I'm Nad Bunag and welcome to This Week with Thai PBS World. The border tensions between Thailand and Cambodia are increasing. The border clashes have reached a point where the governments of both countries have withdrawn their respective ambassadors. Here's a recap of what has happened. Cambodian and Thai troops exchanged fire near the disputed Phathanothai temple in Surin province on Thursday morning. Both the Cambodian Defense Ministry and the Thai army accused each other of firing first. Soon, more attacks were launched. An artillery shell fired from Cambodia struck a convenience store inside a petrol station in Kantaralak district of Sisakhet province, killing at least 7 people and injuring 14 others. In response, Thai Air Force F-16 fighters struck Cambodian forward troop positions. Fighting along the border continues today. Gunfire was heard early in the morning near the much-disputed Pravihan ancient temple in Sisakhet province. Armed clashes also erupted in the Chongbuk border pass and at Phumakhe in Ubon Ratchathani province. Thailand's Interior Ministry revealed that 100,000 villagers in the conflict zones in 4 provinces have been evacuated to temporary shelters further inland. The Thai embassy in Phnom Penh urged Thai nationals in Cambodia to leave the country as soon as possible due to the escalating conflict. The incidents occurred after both countries downgraded their diplomatic relations, recalling their ambassadors and expelling each other's envoys following landmine detonations along the shared border. Landmine explosions were reported on Wednesday evening in Nam Yuen district of Ubon Ratchathani province, one of which amputated a Thai soldier's leg. Exactly 1 week ago, 3 Thai soldiers were injured, also by a landmine, while they were on a routine patrol in the same area. Thailand's Foreign Affairs Ministry has condemned the attacks. Apart from downgrading diplomatic relations, it also demanded that Cambodia cease its repeated acts which violate international law and cease attacks on civilian and military targets.
The Royal Thai government calls upon Cambodia to take responsibility for the incidents that have occurred, cease attacks against civilian and military targets, and stop all action that violate Thailand's sovereignty. The Royal Thai government is prepared to intensify our self-defense measures if Cambodia persists in its armed aggression and violations upon Thailand's sovereignty in accordance with international law and principles.
The border tensions between Thailand and Cambodia are becoming widespread. On this map, we can see that these are the current flashpoints along the shared border. The most recent clashes erupted today near the long-disputed Pravihan ancient temple in Sisakhet province and at the Chongbuk border pass and Phumakhe in Ubon Ratchathani province. These locations are all areas at dispute between Thailand and Cambodia. Now let's turn to Phathanothai temple in Surin province, where shooting was reported on Thursday morning. These temples are among the sites contested between the 2 countries as they are located in overlapping and undemarcated areas. The temples also saw up to 7,000 Thai and Cambodian visitors last weekend in what was seen as a show of patriotism to lay claim to the 2 temples. Another flashpoint is the Chongbuk border pass in Ubon Ratchathani province, where the landmine detonations injured 3 soldiers last Wednesday. This is apparently the same area where the border clashes on May 28 took place. This location is in this disputed area of the Emerald Triangle where the borders of Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos converge. Not far from Chongbuk is Chong An Ma, also in Ubon Ratchathani province, where another landmine injured a Thai soldier this past Wednesday. And according to the Thai army, dozens of anti-personnel landmines were detected in these areas following a mine clearing operation, and they suspect that the anti-personnel landmines were laid by Cambodian troops, and 80% of them were newly laid. Cambodia has denied such accusations and even blamed Thai troops for trespassing into its territory, which triggered the landmines. Meanwhile, suspended Prime Minister and Culture Minister Phathanothai Sunwat condemned the attacks while insisting that the Thai government and the military is aimed at protecting citizens and ensuring peace and stability.
จริงอย่างที่ทั้งรัฐบาลทั้งกองทัพนะคะร่วมกันทำมาตลอดนะคะนั่นก็คือการดูแลพี่น้องประชาชนแล้วก็การรักษาไว้ซึ่งสันติภาพความสงบสุขนะคะอันนี้ก็เป็นจุดยืนที่เราเน้นย้ำมาตลอดนะคะแล้วก็ทำอย่างต่อเนื่องมานะคะก็จนในที่สุดนะคะทางฝ่ายกัมพูชาก็เริ่มในการยิงก่อนนะคะแต่ว่าก็เหมือนเดิมค่ะก็เขาก็จะพูดว่าฝั่งเรายิงก่อนนะคะแต่ว่าโลกสมัยนี้แล้วดิฉันเองคิดว่าส่วนตัวนะคะเรื่องเครดิตในการเชื่อถือที่ชาวโลกจะเชื่อถือกัมพูชาก็คงลดน้อยลงไปเรื่อยๆ
Royal Thai Army spokesman Major General Win Thai Suwari announced that Thailand is left with no choice but to respond to what it regards as exploitation and attacks by Cambodia. On the other hand, Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Manet urged citizens to remain calm amid the escalating tensions with Thailand. On his Facebook post, he said that Cambodia has always stood by its principle of resolving disputes through peaceful means. But in this situation, they have no choice but to respond with military force against the armed aggression. Only a few hours from now, the UN Security Council will hold an emergency meeting over the border clashes between Thailand and Cambodia upon the request of Cambodia's Prime Minister Hun Manet. Many countries are expressing deep concern over the ongoing border conflicts. As Thailand aims to elevate the matter to the United Nations, we have spoken with some analysts as to what they foresee happening with the ongoing dispute and what will the next step be after Thailand submits the reports on claimed breaches of the Ottawa Convention. Landmine detonations along the Thai-Cambodian border have sparked a new round of conflict between the two countries. Thailand has strongly condemned the use of landmines and blames Cambodia for violating the Ottawa Convention, which bans the use, production, and stockpiling of anti-personnel landmines. Cambodia has, however, denied that their troops planted the mines. Thailand has vowed to submit the dispute to the United Nations.
I think this is quite troubling, and Thailand's move to tell the international community of the use of the landmines reflects the seriousness of the situation, and it's not merely the bilateral issue anymore. And it should be raised up to the international concern that Cambodia's actions breached humanitarian obligations, and at this point, silence is dangerous. Thailand must take action and must make its position clear to prevent international misunderstanding, in my opinion.
Thailand and Cambodia are both among the 165 nations that signed the Ottawa Convention in 1997. Thailand ratified the agreement in 1998, and Cambodia ratified it a year later. While the convention bans the use of anti-personnel landmines, Article 3 allows exceptions to enable state parties to retain a number of landmines for training in mine detection, clearance, and destruction. Dr. Thanachet Visaijon of Ubon Ratchathani University feels that Cambodia might use this to claim that they keep them for military training. Regardless, Thailand still needs to clarify how Cambodia has violated the Ottawa Convention, as he feels that Thailand remained quiet during previous conflicts.
It must explicitly tell the international community that Cambodia's forces crossed into the Thai territory and violating Thailand's sovereignty. Since the clash, which occurred on the 28th of May, I believe there's no complaint from Thailand that Cambodia has violated the Thai state territorial integrity. On the other hand, it's Cambodia who's telling international community that Thailand has violated its territory. So I would like to see the Thai state to tell this to international community because it's a critical legal point that must be made by framing the situation as both with the violation of international humanitarian and also an act of aggression.
In the past, Thailand has raised concerns over landmines, but these are often addressed quietly through military and bilateral dialogue. Therefore, formal complaints under the Ottawa Convention, especially to the UN, have been rare. Meanwhile, Pinsuda Chayanam of Thailand's Ministry of Foreign Affairs revealed that they have instructed the permanent representative of Thailand to the UN to submit a letter to the president of the Ottawa Convention. This is to inform them of the recent events, namely that Cambodia's actions violate the convention and Thailand's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
The next step that we can take is that Thailand will have to write a note to the United Nations Secretary General, requesting for clarification regarding another state party, which is Cambodia, to provide information which will assist in clarifying this matter within 28 days. So if Thailand, within 28 days, if Thailand does not receive the response from Cambodia, then, or if we receive some response but we deem that that response is not satisfactory, then we can submit the matter to the United Nations Secretary General once again for him to consider taking up this matter to the next meeting of the state parties, which is held annually at the end of each year. The state parties will have 14 days to consider whether they will discuss this issue at the state party meeting or not.
While the Thai government has been criticized for its slow response to the border tensions, the issue must still be handled with care. Pinsuda explained that the ministry has continued to take the necessary steps. Due to the sensitive nature of the conflicts, however, the decisions they make must involve careful consideration and solid evidence from the ground.
The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has issued a statement condemning this act, and the Royal Thai Army has organized a briefing for the armed defense attaches in Bangkok. And on the 23rd of July, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has asked our permanent representative in Geneva to submit a letter of protest to the president of the state party to the convention, and also the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has submitted a protest note to the Embassy of Cambodia in Thailand as well. So I believe that with regard to the time span, there is continued momentum in addressing this issue.
Nad Bunag and Pongsatat Sukhapong reporting for Thai PBS World.
Now let's turn to the economy. Amid trade tensions and geopolitical challenges, Thailand's GDP growth is projected to decline to 1.8% this year, marking the second lowest growth reported in the latest economic review. Meanwhile, Thailand is considering opening its market to U.S. products, and the Thai pork industry is likely to face the most significant impact. Frank Han-Shi joins me now to explain more. So Frank, what does Thailand's GDP forecast look like, and how might the pork sector be affected?
Hi Ned, Asian Development Bank just released an economic outlook report that Thailand's GDP growth still looks bleak, as the Thailand's GDP will only grow by 1.8% in July, which is just near the lowest. It's just better than Singapore. And ADB pointed out that headwinds such as ongoing trade tariffs and geopolitical tensions have hindered the growth in Southeast Asia. Thailand's economic growth will fall to 1.8% in July this year and slightly bounce back to 2.9% earlier next year, but again drop to 1.6% after that. Compared to other Southeast Asia peers, Thailand still falls behind, as Vietnam's GDP will grow 6%, while Malaysia will garner over 4% growth. ADP also pointed out that Thailand's economic momentum has been halted because of headwinds such as trade tensions, falling tourist number, and high household debt. In addition to weak economic outlook here, the current talks with the U.S. on trade tariff rates here have raised concerns in Thailand's farming sectors too. One of Thailand's fragile facade in its pork sector, as Thailand might face the risk of 112 billion baht in the market if the country finally opened the market to American products, according to the Kasikorn Research Center. The key question is, why can't the pork sector withstand the pressure from the American products? I think this is a scenario of a small player taking on a giant. When we compare the United States and Thailand in pork production, the US produces averagely 12.6 million tons of pork annually, whereas Thailand only produces 1.6 million tons. The US is one of major pork exporter in the world with 3.2 million tons, whereas Thailand's pork production is sufficient only for domestic consumption. So production cost for Thailand is pretty high because swine feed here in Thailand is very costly compared to the United States. They do not need this cost, and it means that low-cost production of American pork, if coming to Thailand, might devastate Thailand's pork farming industry. So net opening the market to the US, cheaper US pork would devastate Thailand's domestic pig farming industry. It could lead to the loss of livelihood over 100,000 farmers overnight. So pretty difficult for Thailand's team now as they have to face the pressure from the United States to lower the tariff rate to US product. At the same time, they have to protect Thailand's farming sector. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Frank. And now let's have a look at the other stories making headlines throughout the week in our weekly roundup. The military court has upheld the lower court's suspended prison sentences passed on 2 senior cadets and a drill sergeant over the death of a first-year cadet, Phakapong Tanyakan, in 2017. The 2 defendants were each sentenced by 2 lower military courts to 4 months and 16 days in jail and fined 15,000 baht, but the imprisonment was suspended for 2 years. The cabinet approved the finance ministry's nomination of Government Savings Bank President and CEO Withai Ratanakorn as the new governor of the Bank of Thailand, succeeding Sethaput Suthiwat Neruput, whose 5-year term is due to expire on September 30th. On Monday, a group of 17 economics professors submitted a petition to Finance Minister Pichai Chunhawashira in an apparent last-minute attempt to stop him from nominating Withai. The Election Commission has been urged to forward the case of Dr. Ketkamon Pliensamai, who is facing criminal charges over an allegedly fraudulent claim involving the use of the title professor in her Senate election bid, to the Supreme Court this week. The complainant alleges that Ketkamon misused academic credentials in a way that could amount to deception in her Senate candidacy application. Suspended Prime Minister Phathanothai told members of the coalition parties on Tuesday night that she is optimistic that she will return to perform her duties as Prime Minister. She said that during the past year under her premiership, the government has encountered multiple challenges, including a global economic slowdown, U.S. tariff measures, external security threats, and political turmoil. Phathanothai said she's confident that her government can weather all these storms if all coalition parties are united.
Turning to lighter stories, Songwat Street has become a famous spot for cafe hoppers and its street art. Behind all of the coffee shops and artworks, though, are the vibes and glimpse of heritage and the mixed history of the old town of Bangkok. Warisa Razahan has more details.
We're here in Songwat Street. Well, as you can see, this place is getting just a little bit busy, or a lot busy. Well, back in the day, this street was just a pass-through route connected from Chinatown to Talat Noi, an old Chinese community. But in 2025, things just hit different.
Street arts, cool coffee shops, and photogenic spots have made Songwat Road in Bangkok a new hangout location for tourists, mostly of the younger generation. In the past few months, Songwat Road has been all over social media for lifestyle and travel-related content.
เด็กรุ่นใหม่น่าจะชอบงานศิลปะก็เลยเลือกที่จะมาถ่ายรูปที่ทรงวาดค่ะเพราะว่าทรงวาดมีงานศิลปะหลากหลายแนวค่ะ
คือคนเราก็เสพคอนเทนต์เนี่ยแหละแล้วยิ่งคือหลายๆอันหลายๆอย่างที่ยี่หลายๆที่ที่ยี่เดินผ่านเนาะมันเป็นมุมที่อย่างน้อยดาราที่เขาชื่นชอบอะเดินผ่านแล้วก็มาเสพย่านนี้เขาก็จะได้แบบว่าโอเคแบ็คกราวด์เดียวกันเรามาดีกว่าอะไรเงี้ย
มีการผสมผสานของวัฒนธรรมหลายประเทศเลยค่ะใช่ค่ะแล้วก็แบบเป็นสถานที่ที่แบบยังมีความไม่หรูหราเกินไปอะค่ะยังมีการที่แบบว่าเดินชมมีของที่แบบบางทีหาไม่ได้ทั่วไปแล้วก็ที่นี่ก็ยังมีอยู่ค่ะ
Before all of these corners filled with street art and shops, Sunwat Road was only for trade, tracing back 60 to 80 years. You can smell spices along the road, as its main businesses were spices, grains, plants, and vegetable seeds. Because the Songwat Road is right next to the Chao Phraya River, where traders' vessels moored. About 30 years later, some stores became toy and gift shops. As time passed, new faces started to open new businesses, such as art galleries. But still, at that time, Songwat Road had not really been discovered. Kietiwat Sijanwanpen, a founder of Made in Songwat, which is a non-profit community, said that the area was usually quiet. The initiative all started during COVID-19, when most businesses were about to fold.
ถ้าจำได้ช่วงที่คลายล็อกแล้วจริงๆคนก็ยังไม่ค่อยออกมาใช้จ่ายกันเนาะผมก็เลยใช้คำว่าเป็นคนริเริ่มแล้วกันเนาะที่แบบว่างั้นเรามาลองรวมตัวกันไหมแบบว่าจัดงานแล้วก็โปรโมทย่านอะไรเงี้ยเพื่อที่ว่าพูดตรงๆก็คือเหมือนกับทุกคนจะได้ไปต่อได้เรายังไม่ได้คิดถึงการสร้างย่านเลยด้วยซ้ำตั้งแต่ปีแรกเลยพอทำปุ๊บก็เริ่มมีคนรู้จักอะไรเงี้ยแล้วก็ค่อยๆต่อยอดทำเป็นไกด์บุ๊กด้วยอะไรเงี้ย
Kietiwat is a local of the Songwat community. He explained that behind these buildings, the area also carries multicultural stories of Buddhism, Teochew Chinese heritage, and Islam. This also attracts tourists through its mixed horticulture and history.
อันนี้เป็นวัดไทยที่เมื่อกี้บอกนี่คือวัดสมณวงศ์ชื่อเล่นคือวัดเกาะทำไมต้องเป็นวัดเกาะเพราะว่าสมัยก่อนตรงนี้มันมีคูคลองล้อมวัดเลยเหมือนอยู่บนเกาะ
เหมือนชื่อมัสยิดวัดเกาะ
ถูกต้องไม่มัสยิดมาทีหลังมันคนเลยไม่เรียกว่ามัสยิดหลวงโกชาเขาเรียกมัสยิดวัดเกาะเพราะว่าแถวเนี้ย
Over 100-year-old masjid, Luang Gosha Isahat, is the one and only masjid on Songwat Road. Kietiwat said that younger generations of the Luang Gosha Isahat family who own the masjid aim at maintaining this place of worship for the community.
ตั้งข้อสังเกตนิดนึงว่าที่ดินบริเวณนี้มันมีราคาเนาะแต่ก็ต้องชื่นชมว่าทางทายาทเขาก็แบบดูแลอย่างดีไม่ได้เห็นถึงเรื่องผลประโยชน์ไม่งั้นป่านนี้ถ้าขายที่กินก็รวยแล้วถูกไหมแต่เขายังทำเพื่อชุมชนหรือว่าเพื่อชาวมุสลิมที่แบบให้ยังคงศาสนสถานสำคัญไว้ทั้งเรื่องประวัติศาสตร์เรื่องชีวิตประจำวันที่
Lao Pun Thau Kong Shrine is also a significant landmark of Songwat. It is believed that it was the center of faith for Chinese immigrants and culture. Now it's an attraction among Chinese visitors. One of Kietiwat's concerns, though, is the possibility of gentrification of this area.
สมมติถ้าเราพูดถึงเรื่องค่าเช่าอะไรเงี้ยจากที่มันเคยแบบอย่างนี้พอเราเข้ามามันเริ่มมีคนสนใจราคาโอเคมันต้องขึ้นแหละมันก็เป็นเรื่องธรรมดาแต่ถ้ามันขึ้นเร็วเกินไปแล้วมันไม่สมเหตุสมผลผมถามว่าร้านที่มาขายกาแฟสมมติเคยขายแก้วละ100 บาททุกคนรับได้ แต่ถ้าค่าเช่าขึ้นแล้วต้องจ่ายเป็นแก้วละ200ผมว่าคนรับไม่ได้นะถูกไหมแล้วสุดท้ายย่ามันก็จะตาย
7 or 8 years ago, Songwat was nothing like it is now. As social media plays a major role in spreading its historical significance and uniqueness, it also spreads the profits to local stores nearby. Songwat Road is yet to reach its peak, but to maintain this area as classic, vintage, historic, and blooming as it is right now could be a challenge. Warisala Sahan reporting for Thai PBS World.
Now let's talk about the deep-rooted relationship between Thailand and China. During Field Marshal People's Songkram's era, diplomatic contact between Thailand and China had to remain confidential. The Phathanothai family played a key role in forging the relationship with third-generation member Johan Phathanothai, sharing the challenges of that time. Minnie Natasha sat down for a chat with him.
A secret message in Chinese addressed to member of Phathanothai family, signed by former Chinese Premier Zhou Enlai, remains a symbolic part of the historic ties between Thailand and China dating back to 1955. While this year marks the 50th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Thailand and China, the connection between the two nations runs much deeper. The tale traces back to the era of Field Marshal Black Pibun Songkram, when communication with China had to be conducted in secrecy.
แต่ว่าเพื่อที่จะให้ประเทศผู้นำของประเทศจีนเนี่ยเข้าใจถึงความตั้งใจของฝั่งไทยเนี่ยคุณตาก็เลยเสนอให้ทำให้ส่งลูกสองคนเนี่ยคือลุงไววันไวนะพัฒโนไทยแล้วคุณแม่สิรินไปเป็นเหมือนกึ่งตัวประกันนะฮะและกึ่งความเชื่อมสัมพันธ์ระหว่างไทยกับจีนซึ่งตอนนั้นท่านโจรไหลก็ตอบตกลงว่าจะต้อนรับก็เลยตอนนั้นที่คุณแม่ไปเนี่ยก็ได้เป็นเหมือนไปเป็นในฐานะแขกรัฐบาล
Making contact with China at that time was no easy task. The efforts to build relations between the two nations were closely intertwined with domestic political dynamics.
ไปเพื่อการเมืองเนี่ยฮะเพราะว่าตอนนั้นคุณตาก็เป็นคนใกล้ชิดของจอมพลป.รัฐบาลของจอมพลป.ตอนนั้นน่ะก็แอนตี้คอมมิวนิสต์พอสมควรแต่คุณตาก็รู้สึกว่าไม่ควรแอนตี้และคือไม่ควรแบบโปรอเมริกาเพราะว่าเราโปรอเมริกาเนี่ยกลับเป็นแอนตี้จีนคือสองข้างเราสามารถคุยได้ทั้งคู่แต่คุยกับจีนเนี่ยต้องคุยลับๆคุณตาก็เลยเป็นคนที่หน่วยงานไทยเนี่ยที่มอบอำนาจให้ไปคุยกับจีนด้วยจอมพลป.เพราะเขาไม่อยากให้ผ่านกระทรวงต่างประเทศเพราะถ้าผ่านกระทรวงต่างประเทศเนี่ยอเมริกาก็รู้แน่ก็เลยต้องแบบมอบให้คุณตาเนี่ยเป็นคนทำตาก็เราก็ที่บ้านก็มีจดหมายที่โจรไหลส่งให้คุณตา
ฉบับจริงเลยใช่ไหม
ฉบับจริงแล้วก็พวกจดหมายพวกนี้ก็แสดงถึงความใกล้ชิดของความสัมพันธ์ถึงแม้ว่าเป็นความสัมพันธ์ทางลับนะฮะแต่ว่าก็เป็นความสัมพันธ์ที่เป็นแบบประเทศต่อประเทศนะฮะ
A photograph of a young boy sitting on the lap of former Chinese Vice President Liu Chengzi reflects a long-standing ties between Phathanothai family and China. Despite being of mixed Thai-British heritage, Johan has continued to play an important role in Thai-China relations. Amid rising global tensions, strengthening such enduring relationships is more crucial than ever.
ผมว่าสิ่งแรกนี่คือหาโมเดลทางการร่วมมือทางเศรษฐกิจที่ยั่งยืนขึ้นนะฮะอันที่สองนี่ก็คือเรื่องการเมืองเนี่ยการเมืองไทยจีนเนี่ยไม่มีปัญหาแต่ว่ามีความตึงพอสมควรแต่ทุกอย่างรอบข้างความสัมพันธ์อันเนี้ย นะฮะคือจะทั้งสองภาคก็จะโดนดึงนะฮะโดยสถานการณ์โลกก็อยากให้ทั้งสองข้างเนี่ยหยวนกันบ้างเข้าใจกันนะฮะไม่ใช่ทุกอย่างต้องทำตามที่อยากได้นะฮะบางอย่างก็เสียประโยชน์ทางด้านนี้บางอย่างก็จะได้ประโยชน์ทางด้านอื่นแทน
Today, the key challenge lies in preserving and reinforcing these long-standing relations, especially as they face increasing pressure from global uncertainties. Natasha Gitmok, Thai PBS World.
And that's all for this edition of This Week with Thai PBS World. Join us every Friday at 10:30 p.m. only on Thai PBS. You can also follow us on social media and our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest stories and analyses about Thailand. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ